Hi, I'm David Harbour. This is my guide to life. I was always an awkward younger kid, and I think as I get into my 30s and 40s, I started to feel more in my own skin. There was a sort of youthful exuberance, not that I'm not exuberant, but that I didn't really have. I just never felt like a young guy. I just always felt like it's kind of an old man dealing with older issues. So I was very, happy to get to 40 years old. I mean, the other thing that was really great about my trajectory is that I never became famous for being young or for being, pretty. It was always that I had something to say, I think, is why people are fans of my work. That's always been very gratifying to me, and it's been sort of what I've been waiting for my whole life. I do believe it's sort of 10% talent and 90% tenacity and perseverance. For me, the intention has always been to do the thing to the best of my ability. So if I were a basketball player, it would be to play the game to the best of my ability. And as an actor, it's the same thing. And I think that's why I'm not as skilled at things like this or things like dressing up and going to parties and things like that. But I really love acting, and I've always loved it since I was a kid. And so, yes, I've had to persevere to achieve some success, but it's always been just because I love it. How do you define the word soulmate? I guess it's someone who you look into their eyes and you feel a deep compassion and kind of kindred spirit for, a kind of, love for. And I've had it with men and women. It's soulmate is just somebody who you feel like you can really be yourself with and really connect with, and you really care and love about that person. Yeah. I believe in regrets. And I think regret is a powerful, good thing because it makes you evaluate your future behavior in a way that I think if you look back with a kind of block of no, I'm justified or right in everything I do, I think you don't change. That really only comes through mistakes and through regret. We're all just exploring this thing together. So the idea that you would be perfect at it, I think, is a really dangerous idea. And I guess one of the things that fascinates me about characters and human beings is that we are fallible and that we are weak and that to err is human. Okay. Oh my God. I mean, I've been given so much bad advice over the years. I can't really think of the worst piece of advice, but I can think in terms of an actor, of something that actors used to say that I used to just hate. And now I kind of feel like it's true. They'd always say, only do this if you absolutely can't do anything else. And I hated that. I was like, that is so dumb, man. If any profession, if you want to do it, just do it. And now I feel like they're kind of right. I feel like it's such a brutal business in so many ways that it's really only built for those that really, truly love it to the point where they have no other skills. Yeah, I mean, it's going to again be wildly intellectually pretentious, but Heraclitus has a saying called nothing endures but change. And I do believe that things will always change. So if you feel bad one day, don't worry, you will feel better. And if you're feeling great, don't worry, you will feel crappy again. Hi. No, not hi. Bye. This was my guide to life.